What's going on, Facebook? How y'all doing? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and y'all go ahead and share the live, man. Share the live so your friends and your family can get the inside scoop on all this that's about to go down.
Hey, Facebook.
What's going on, Facebook? How y'all doing? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and y'all go ahead and share the live, man. Share the live so your friends and your family can get the inside scoop on all this that's about to go down.
Hey, Facebook.
What's going on, Facebook? How y'all doing? All right, so y'all go ahead and share the live, man. Share the live so your friends and your family can get the inside scoop on all this that's about to go down.
Hey, Facebook.
What's going on, Facebook? How y'all doing? All right, Facebook. So we're probably gonna go live on the radio in about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna give y'all some time to go ahead and start logging on and get your shares out there, get your peoples involved, man, and if you gotta get a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, or whatever, and just get to the point where you can just chill out and enjoy this, man. I think we got a lot that you guys are gonna really enjoy. So it's gonna be dope, family. You got volume coming out your phone? You good? It's okay. I was just making sure I can hear it in the headphones, but we're not on the radio yet, so it's cool. You got volume coming out your phone? You good? It's okay. I was just making sure I can hear it in the headphones, but we're not on the radio yet. Good evening. I appreciate the share. That's big. I see more you guys got on, man. What's going on with you guys, man? Go ahead and drop a little comment, man. Say what's up to your girl Andrea.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Miss Golak. How are you?
We go ahead and get some peoples on here, man. We're gonna have to do what we have to do, man. This is gonna be a fun show. This is gonna be a real dope show. I think we got more than enough to talk about, like almost too much. But we'll be all right, man. That's gonna be dope, man. Renee Ducky said, hey.
Hey, Renee, how are you?
This is gonna be a fun show. This is gonna be a real dope show. I think we got more than enough to talk about. So yeah, Facebook family, man, we just giving it some time, man, giving some people some time to go ahead and to log in and get their shares out and get comfortable, man, and so we can vibe out, man. So yeah, Facebook family, man, we just giving it some time, man, giving some people some time to go ahead and to log in and get their shares out and get comfortable, man. You guys, if you so we can vibe out, man. Well, okay, thank you for that. I'm not sure how you're getting that, but thank you.
Is it me?
Guys, if you no, it's me. I don't know why that's doing that though. All right, how's that? See, that's what Facebook family. That's what y'all there for, man. Y'all here to support a brother for real. Nah, but how's that, man? I'm gonna make sure that everything's straight. Y'all don't got an echo no more, do you? What's going on, Solo? I think I seen you log on. Yeah. What's up, Solo? Jay Stat, what's going on? Y'all go ahead and leave a comment, man. Leave a comment and drop a like, share it with your peoples, man. We just vibing out for a minute, man, letting people load on so we can go live on the radio. What's good? Okay, the echo's gone. It was me, my bad. Cause that whole time I thought I was hearing you, I was hearing myself.
Oh, that echo?
Yeah, that was me. Alright, what time is it? We got 1 minute. We can wait that 1 minute out. Y'all can wait that 1 minute out, right, fam? Alright, cool. Alright, y'all go ahead and get y'all shares and y'all shares and y'all first highs out, and we're gonna go ahead and get this party started for sure. You about ready?
Mm-hmm, I'm good.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. You punctual. I like that.
Huh?
I said you punctual. I like that.
All right, cool.
I'm just messing with you.
I know. I'm messing. Oh yeah. All right, cool. All right, family, we're about to go live on the radio, man. What's going on, family? It's your guy, Wes Alexander, man. You tune into Elev8 Radio. We got a vibe session going on, man. I think it's going to be a really good one, man. We got, I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself, but I'm going to give her a small introduction. We got Andrea Jones in the building today, and she's going to be representing her stuff she got going on. I'm not going to give it out because it's her thing to give out. So she got her stuff going on. I'm going to let her give her introduction.
Hey, Elev8 family. It's Andrea Jones. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us and listening to what I have to say about my blog, A Gym Forever. I can just give a little brief introduction on who I am. I'm 29 years. Can you hear me?
29 years, good.
I am 29 years young. I'm an educator, early childhood educator. I've been teaching now for the last 8 years. I am single. What else? Any other interesting things about me? What else? I don't have any children. I love to travel. All that good stuff. That's just a basic intro, and I'll delve more into my blog and A Gym Forever when we get there.
That's what's up. So I seen you on Facebook, doing your thing. I guess you were dropping your gems, some of your gems and everything like that, man. I was like, oh man, that's kind of dope. And I see when I see people trying to be influential on social media and they're being positive in a way that's inspiring others. Naturally, I gravitate toward that. So that's what Elev8 is all about. So I was like, you know what, Facebook family, let's get Andrea here on the radio. And actually, she ended up reaching out to me before I could reach out to her. And I was like, wow, okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and just line this up while it's here, right? So I appreciate you coming in, and I'm looking forward to this vibe session for sure.
I appreciate you having me. I really love what Elev8 is doing. Just watching you, over the last few months, and just seeing just how so many people have been coming and just talking about, their businesses, their brands, and how they're working on, serving the community, building themselves up, helping to empower other people. And I think it's so important, especially within our culture. It's something that's definitely important. So I appreciate your platform that you have, and thank you for just allowing me to be here.
For sure. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love, man. The love is real in here, man. So can I dive right into A Gym Forever?
Sure,
is that cool with you?
You can.
We might as well just go right into it because that's what people are going to be here for anyways,
you
right?
Sure can.
So, I mean, what really inspired this? What is it really about? Let's dive into that a little bit.
All right. So I can give you a whole backstory on A Gym Forever. So when I first started teaching, I was teaching in Washington, D.C., and one of my coworkers, she was she was older, and every time we would talk, she would always tell me I was such a gem. And so no matter what our conversation was about, she would always end it with, you're such a gem. And that always resonated with me. So when God actually placed this blog on my heart to start it, I was like, okay, God, this is cool. Like, I'll obey you and do what you say, but like, what do you want me to call this thing?
Yeah.
And so immediately gym came to mind. And so I was like, all right, gym, this is cool, but like, I need more than just that. I can't just call it a gym.
Right.
So I was like, what else, what other name can I use for this? So I prayed about it, and I was like, okay, I'll do some, research on exactly, what a gym is. So of course I looked up a definition, and, basic definition, it's a precious stone. It's it's adorned by many. It's beautiful. And I was like, okay, that's good, but I need to delve a little deeper. I need more. So, initially when you think of gyms, of course, you think of emeralds, you think of sapphires, you think of rubies, but the most prominent one, of course, is a diamond. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, I need to know more about diamonds. And so I went online, and of course, I just did some research, and I found out more about diamonds and, their beginning stages, a lot of stuff that I didn't know, but I was able to equate that to my life and to my relationship with God. So I found out that diamonds are actually, they actually are under the Earth's surface, like 90,000 miles. They're formed 90,000 miles. Under the Earth's surface at the Earth's mantle. And it's about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit there. And from my understanding, volcanic eruptions are what cause them, to come to surface. And so, of course, in order to get them to us, people have to mine for them, dig for them, and, automatically, searching for them. When people see them, they know that these diamonds are valuable. Yeah. And so, of course, we don't just get the diamond that comes straight from the ground. It has to go through a process. Mm-hmm. So, it's inspected for clarity before, we can actually wear it as jewelry. It's cut into different shapes, into different sizes. It's polished, it's refined, and then it's presented in the jewelry that we wear, in our rings, and our necklaces, even in, different types of fashion. So I was like, okay, God, I get that, so like, how does this apply to me, and what exactly it is that you want me to do? Right. So it made me think about myself and just people in general, and how we are so, what's the word that I want to use? We resemble diamonds in a way that I don't think we realize, like the process that they have to go through. Mm-hmm. Like, speaking just for myself in general, knowing that to get to the person that I am now, and I went through a process, and to know that at one point that, diamond, that gem that was in the dirt, that gem that was in the rough, that was me, that person, that was unpolished, unrefined. Right. When I saw myself, typically when you think of just a diamond that's out there, of course, the person searching for it sees value. But, I didn't see myself that way. I had low self-esteem. I didn't value myself. I didn't see myself as, worthy or loved. And then going from that into being the person that I am now, being confident and bold and having high self-esteem and loving myself and being worthy and comparing myself now to, that diamond that's presented to people that, that people can buy. Right. And it made me I connected that with my relationship with God, and how he takes us through a process. In the beginning I talked about how, diamonds are formed in the earth's mantle, and it's 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and there's so much pressure. Right. So like, at that point, in the beginning, where I'm not viewing myself in the best light, and I'm thinking myself as this gem in the rough, but I'm talking about how the person searching for the gem sees it as valuable even before we do. And so how God saw me and searched for me and saw me as valuable even in my roughest state, when I didn't think highly of myself. He loved me and he searched for me. And so when I surrendered myself to him, he helped to shape me, and he helped to mold me and help refine me and turn me, into the person that I am now, who loves herself, and I can appreciate myself and, see the beauty in God loving me, and connecting that to the name of Gem Forever, knowing that when I was viewing myself as a gem forever, God loved me just as much then as he does now. 100%. So no matter, how I view myself, he loves me, and, no matter how I see myself, he loves me. So he sees me as a gem forever, no matter what state I'm in. So that's kind of where the name A Gem Forever came from.
That's crazy, man. I like that a lot, man. That's dope, because I never thought about that. Nobody would have ever thought about that if they didn't do the research you did. But I mean, essentially, that's true. I mean, when you're going through all that pressure, and like everybody has something that they go through in life. I don't care who you are, you go through something. So whatever that is for you, you got to tap into that inner self and become great again, you know what I mean, for yourself, just to get out of that. And then you got to continue to be that. Yeah. So then you said, you tagged on the forever at the end, and I was like, oh, that's dope. Yeah. She handled that. That's what's up, man. I really like that. So for a minute, I want to just go ahead and let the people know where they can find A Gem Forever, or if you're on social media, your handles and your website, all that.
Yes. All right. So my website is agemforever.com. Please check it out. I worked hard on that thing. I continue to work hard on it. Building a website is not easy. Shout out to all the people who do marketing and digital branding and all that stuff. It's time consuming. It takes a lot of work. So check out my website first and foremost. It's gemforever.com. On social media, on Instagram, I am at _gem_forever. And on Facebook, my Facebook page is just A Gem Forever.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I went ahead and left the link to your website in there for the people, so you guys can go ahead and go there and check it out, man. See what it's all about, man. I think it's a really big movement, something very positive, and I'm all about the positivity all day, 100%, 24/7. We got into a little bit about where the name came from. Mm-hmm. We touched a little bit on what inspired it. And I want to tap a little bit into what your goals are for A Gem Forever. Like, what do you want it to do for people? Who do you want it to? You want it to inspire people, obviously, right? So, what do you want to do for people a little bit more personally?
Personally, A Gem Forever truly is just a Christian inspirational blog, and I really thought that it would be really dope to mix the two, because so often I feel like, especially sometimes within our culture, like when we think of Christians, a lot of people don't think of them in the best light. Right. And so to use this blog as a platform to first and foremost, like magnify, edify God and give him the glory because he's the center of my life, but to not only do that, but to allow people to see that, even as a Christian, I go through different struggles in life. I try to be as transparent as possible. Yeah. But at the end of the day, God didn't promise that I wasn't going to go through any struggles. But, there's so much inspiration in the Bible from the stories, just from different scriptures, and to just kind of mix that and like intermingle that and like to use the word of God to inspire people. To continue to motivate them and empower them, and to push them forward and to know that, although things may look this way, like it's not always going to be this way forever. And even if you're in like this situation, you can always find a positive outlet or a positive way to not be stuck where you are. Right. So that's really what I intend to do with it. Moving on, do we want to talk about what I'm doing next or we want to save that for a little bit later?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what we're aiming at. Let's do it.
Okay, so we can go ahead and talk about that. So, upcoming, I'm working towards doing a Gym Forever, having a podcast. I just ordered my equipment. It came in the mail this week, so I'm working on setting it up and, checking everything and making sure, it's working the way I want it to. Yeah. And so I'm planning to debut that this summer and just talking to, having different people on who I know and who I'm connected to who are just Christians, not only Christians, just people just in general, like in the community who are just thriving and just talking about like real life stuff that people go through in regards of health, like wealth, finances, relationships, just life in general, just like any topics that, I can think of that I want to explore that people bring to me that, we want to talk. It's like real life people, just like you and I just talking about, life and just even though life may have thrown us a curveball in this situation, how did that inspire us and what did we do to bring ourselves out of that? So the Gym Forever podcast is coming this summer. I'm working on a 21-day prayer, devotional and prayer journal. I'm hoping to get that out, if not by the end of the year, the beginning of next year. It's a lot working on writing a book and working full time.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a whole lot.
So, yeah, I'm working on those are the two major projects that I have coming up. And in terms of just the Gym Forever, the blog platform, I'm working on doing a written blog series on Black millennials who are doing it for God, the community, and the culture. So I have 4 people in mind that I'm going to be interviewing and discussing and just talking to them and, using what they're doing as a way to inspire people, to let people know that regular people are out here making moves and, doing things not only for God's kingdom, but, doing things for the community, doing things for the culture, doing things to elevate themselves, to elevate their family. So future generations of people, we're coming from, a different place. I really feel like we're a chosen generation. And so knowing that we're just coming from, a different place and, God has given us so many gifts and so many talents and we need to exercise them, and use them and not stay stagnant and, sleep on those things. So, helping to bring people to the table who I know are operating in that way to encourage other people to pull those things out of them so they can operate and go forth and do, what God has called them to do as well.
Right. So you're essentially bringing the people together. You're like, all right, you got a talent right here, and that talent meshes good with this talent. Let's just bring this all together, and then we can operate as a team and evolve from there, man, and do some big things in the community for God's kingdom, all of that, the whole nine, man. Yeah. I want to go ahead and lead us on Facebook for a second. I want to go ahead and throw the number out to you guys. It's not going to be open yet, but I do want to go ahead and throw out the Elev8 number to you guys. So that you guys know that you guys can call in a little bit later, all right? So stick around for that. I want you guys to make sure that you grab this number that I'm going to leave in the comments and throw it in your phone and get it ready for later, though. For later. We can't have you guys calling in and out, all right? But I'm going to do that during this break that we have coming up, family. But you guys are tuning in to a really hot show I think we got going on, man. We got so much more to talk about, man. So I hope you guys stay around for the break. If you're not listening on Facebook, head over there and vibe out with us during the break, man. Or if you just want to listen to the music, you can. But I think you guys will have a little bit more fun if you come over to Facebook, man. But yeah, without further ado, man, let's go ahead and run this thing, all right? Y'all know what I want y'all to do, man. I need y'all to go over to the Facebook page and hit that like button, man. That's
Elev8. That's Elev8 Radio, man. Hit the like button, man. Follow us and stay in tune with the culture, family. I look forward to seeing you guys there.
All right, Facebook, man. What y'all doing, man? What y'all got for age? Sorry, geez. My voice keep on cracking out. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave this number for you guys, alright? Turn this down. You good?
I might break some out stuff in
Alright, family, I'm turning the music down a little bit so you guys can hear it. I got 301. I'm leaving in the comments too. 301-241-8275. Alright, it's in the comments. You guys go ahead and call in, man. Not right now, but call in. I guess what? We can start to open them up when we get back on. Why not? And we'll keep on talking through it and everything like that. But yeah, go ahead and you guys can use the number as soon as we get back. We're going to go ahead with this break, man. Chill out. Chat it up with you guys for a little bit. And keep it moving. I see a lot of comments, but I don't really know what's going on. I haven't been reading them. We was talking, so.
I know. I was saying hi.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Bro, this Skylock. Her, my coworker knows her.
Oh, yeah?
And so she's like, she posted your thing. And I was like, who are you talking about? And I was like, oh, from Dividend. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's dope.
No, it's funny how like in such a big world, like you connected in so many ways. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of people out here.
That's exciting.
That's what's up, man. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you guys are participating, man. This is really good, man. But I'm even gonna leave a comment, man. Y'all go ahead and hit the share button if you haven't already. Hit the share button and let your peoples know about what Andrea is doing. Andrea, right? Andrea. Oh man, I messed that all the way on Facebook. I gotta get my life straight.
It's okay. You can just call me AJ. It works.
AJ, I like AJ. That's dope. That's your nickname?
Yeah, one of them. I have a lot.
That wasn't your nickname back in school.
Yeah, Muffy, Drea, AJ.
I remember Muffy.
Yeah, you get so many names as an adult, you know.
You said you get so many names.
Get so many. Yeah, Muffy is still my nickname. That's what everybody knows me as.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Oh, Miss Joanne.
I'm gonna run one more song for us, okay?
Okay, that's cool. They can hear you, but they can't hear me.
They can hear us.
Oh, they can hear us? Okay.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can still hear us? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Facebook's good. On break, Facebook can hear us. So that's why I talk to Facebook a lot on break.
But the radio app can hear.
No, all they hear is the music.
Okay, cool.
So I'll probably.
Oh, she asked one of the questions. What's the challenge? Yeah, we're blogging.
Okay, go.
That's great.
That's for after break. Cool. She a natural. That's why she doing her own show. All right, yeah, so we can kick off on her question and then lead into this other stuff. That'll work. About 52, about a minute out.
Okay, cool.
To the end of the song. All right, Facebook family, man, we about to go back in. Y'all go ahead and get y'all went up and got to use the bathroom, whatever. Go ahead and chill back out on your favorite spot on your couch or whatever. So we can get back in there. Facebook family, you got it, man. It's your guy Wes Alexander, man. We tuned into Elev8 Radio, man. We got a vibe session going on. If you don't know, now you know. We got AJ. I gotta call her nickname now because she told me she got a new nickname, man. See, what y'all don't know, man, is that I actually know AJ from back in the day, but I'm gonna call her AJ because that's like the new hotness, apparently. But she used to have a different nickname. We're not even gonna say that one because I don't know if she still
everybody knows me as Muffy.
But yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. We actually had a pretty good question that we saw on Facebook. We appreciate you guys tuning in and being interactive on Facebook. So I guess we want to go ahead and jump in and wrap up on that question. The question is, what's a challenge or challenges you've had with blogging?
All right, one of the biggest challenges I've had is time. I'm a teacher, so that's like a full-time job, and I teach pre-K, so I'm on my feet all day long. And from at 7:25 in the morning, 19 4 and 5-year-olds are talking to me.
Big time.
So by the time I leave work, I'm exhausted. And so, finding the time to do it was initially a challenge. And I was like, God, okay, you want me? Because initially, I just started doing weekly gym. So it was just like, gym stands for gratifying, empowering messages. So they were just like, motivational messages that I would send out every week. And so he was like, I want more from you. And I was like, more? Like, when am I going to have the time to do more? Like,
right.
What more can I do? And when am I going to have the time to do it? And God was like, I want you to make time to do what I asked you to do, the same way you make time for everything else. So I was like, oh, okay, that'll work. Yeah. So I had to discipline myself and make the time to do what God asked me to do. And so time initially was one of my biggest challenges, but I've been working on managing my time a lot better and replacing things that I know I don't necessarily have to do with something that I know I have to do.
Right.
So that has been one of the challenges, time and making sure that I'm consistent. That has been my word for the year, making sure I'm focused and I'm consistent. Because I can get sidetracked, easily. Of course, doing so many things.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So making sure that I stay consistent and putting out, my weekly gyms and my weekly devotionals and, trying to blog as consistently, as I can. So time and consistency were challenges. And then in the beginning, switching over domains for like the website, like I knew it was a lot of work, but I didn't know how much work it was. And so now I see why people charge so much to do websites. So anybody who's trying to do a website, if you want someone to do a website and they give you a rate, they're not playing. It's a lot of work. So pay the 100%. People 100%. What they're asking, because it's time consuming. And then managing it and upkeeping it and making sure it looks presentable, because it goes, going into because most people aren't viewing things on laptops anymore.
Right, exactly.
They're checking out stuff on phones. So making sure when I'm uploading stuff, that, you know, my search engine optimization is cool, my readability level is okay, like, and looking, I can send it to my phone and making sure, okay, when people are scrolling, they're not scrolling forever, because, you know, people only have so much attention spans. I don't want you to be sitting at your phone reading forever, but, like, you know, on your device, you know, it doesn't look good. So, you know, working on all of that stuff and trying to manage that, and that takes time as well. So time, consistency, and the website, I think, have been some of my biggest challenges. Promoting on social media, I really wouldn't say that has been a challenge, because I know I feel like, you know, doing what I'm doing, it reaches who it's supposed to reach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right,
so
right.
You know, if one person, you know, it gets to that one, you know, one person I know was meant for that one person,
right.
You know, I'm good.
Yeah.
So that's of course something that I'm continuing to work on in the future, but it's not something that's really
that's organic right now.
Yeah, too big for me at the moment. So
yeah, and it flows natural. I mean, because like you said, it's gonna get to who it's supposed to get to, and that's why I got to him in the first place.
Exactly.
As far as like starting a business and faith, I mean, because you say, like, you know, you go through all these things that they're a little bit tough. Somebody say, "Go Muffy."
Hey, Dirk.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, so you go through all these things. It's like, all right, man, this is starting to deter my image a little bit on what it is I want to do. Does it come a point where, you know, you gotta dig down in yourself as a Christian woman and be like, look, I just gotta have faith in God on this one, because I don't know how this is gonna work out.
Oftentimes I do, because I mean, I'm human, so you know, my flesh takes over and I get tired, and there's times I don't want to sit down and write. There's times it's like I have to be to work at 7:15. So there's times I'm up Sunday night, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, having to be up, you know, in a few hours, trying to make sure I'm getting this stuff out. You know, sometimes it might be a day or so late, but, you know, making sure I'm doing, you know, what it is that I'm supposed to do. And so I'm still human, so I have to find those ways to, you know, put my flesh aside and, you know, do what it is that I'm supposed to do. But it gets hard, because just like anybody else, there are times when, you know, I like to live in a positive space, so that's why I'm really big on, you know, inspiration. Like, I love inspirational quotes. Like, I've always gravitated towards positivity, and that's the space that I've always, you know, wanted to live in. But there are times when I get down, you know, I don't always think positive thoughts. Sometimes, you know, some negative stuff shoots in there, but I have to, you know, bring myself back and realize, okay, you know, that was just a thought. I got to take it captive, and, you know, I got to keep it moving. And so just trying to make sure, like, even despite, like, any negative things that kind of come my way, just kind of making sure, like, it's only for a brief moment. I think one of the biggest things that has helped me, like, in life over this past few months, honestly, and it's kind of like when you're connected to people, you kind of realize that everybody you're connected to kind of is going through the same thing at the same time, and you really don't know it until you actually sit down and have conversations with people. And so finding that out and knowing that I've been going through a really difficult season in my life, but, you know, a lot of people I've been connected to have been going through very difficult seasons as well. And so someone actually told this to me. Actually, it was my therapist that told this to me, and I've actually been just kind of living it, and it's been helping me out so much. She told me our biggest issue is that we live in the past and we live in the future, but we don't live enough for the moment, for today. And she was saying that it's really hard when you try to live in the past, like, you live in the past and you think about shoulda, woulda, couldas and things that you can't change. Like, I can't go back to yesterday. Yesterday's done. So there's no point in me thinking about a bad thing that happened yesterday, because I can't do anything about it. It's over. And, you know, oftentimes we have goals and we have ambitions and things that we want to strive for, and of course that's great. But sometimes we start thinking, you know, years down the road about something, and it kind of, you know, it starts to make us anxious, and it starts to make us doubt ourselves. We think too far ahead. It's like, you know, why are you stressing yourself out about something that hasn't even happened yet? So, you know, my main concern is on today. You know, what's going on with Andrea today? Like, what's going to make Andrea happy today? What do I need to focus on today? Like, yesterday's gone. I can't change it. Tomorrow's not here yet, so why am I worrying about it? Just focus on now. And so that has helped me, like, even in difficult times, like, making sure I stay positive. Like, we're not thinking about this yet. I'm not going back here. We're just right here for now.
All right, so look, people, I was going to ask another question, but people got questions. So when the people speak, I got to answer. You know what I mean? That's what we got to do. That's what we're here for. So we got a question that says, what advice would you have for millennial Christians, young women specifically?
Advice can they be a little more specific on what they mean by like advice? They just general advice?
I think it's general advice for young millennials being a Christian. So in today's world,
I think it's very important for you to stay true to who you are. Especially, we were talking about this, I think before we got on the air, about how, or maybe even before, while we were there, I don't remember, but about how, like, especially Christians, we kind of get viewed, like, in a certain type of light. Like, it's not cool, to be a Christian, and it's not cool to live your life for God, and that's not, that's not the case. Right. And I think what I found as a millennial Christian person is making sure that I stay true to myself and stay true to who I am. Despite all the noise around me, and making sure that if it's something that I know God has purposed me to do, making sure that I go forth and do it, because I know He's not going to forsake me and He's not going to fail me. If He's given me a promise, I know it's going to come to fruition. So it's me making sure that I pray and take the steps and do whatever it is that I need to do, to get me there. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, I think you got the question answered. So I want to talk a little bit about you as a black woman in business, and as a black woman in general. We know that things in business can be difficult for a black woman. Let's be real with it. Right? We got to be 100 for black people in general. I'll be 100 and back. You know what I mean? But how is that for you? And like, what do you use to center yourself, to balance yourself on such a shaky beam? How do you center yourself mentally on that? You don't want to fall off this way or fall off that way, so you got to kind of wrap your head around it and find a place within you that supports you.
I have been finding that keeping myself around like-minded people who are kind of going after the same thing that I'm going after, not necessarily be blogging, but being an entrepreneur or working on whatever, something similar that I'm working on. Being around like-minded people has truly helped to keep me grounded and to keep me focused. And and you're like, I think you we find that we're connected to, like, I'm connected to some dope people.
Yeah, for sure.
And to see them in business and thriving and, doing what it is that they're doing, and just me being connected to them and being able to, having access to them and being able to talk to them and ask them, I'm interested in doing this. What steps do I need to take to get there? What do I need to do? To get there? I see you're doing this. What have you done, to get there? Using people as mentors in business to help me out and, figure out what it is that I need to do. Keeping me accountable, making sure I'm doing what it is that I'm supposed to do. I hope I'm answering your question.
You're good. You're good. I'm letting you do your thing. You are, actually. Yeah. Okay, cool. I want to detour off the subject a little bit. I see y'all on Facebook, but y'all doing a little bit a lot for right now. So I'm gonna touch on this a little bit. Your trip to Dubai. You was living out there? Or
I was living there. I was working there. I lived and I worked abroad for 2 years, from 2014 to 2016. And so, what do you want to know?
So how was it? Like, how did you like it?
Man, it was honestly the best 2 years of my life. I went to Dubai with a different intention. And I came back with results greater than I could have ever imagined. My intention was to go. Of course, I wanted to go. I was going to teach. But I thought it was going to be an easier life, to be honest, in regards of my career. Not like just life in general, but just in regards to my career, I thought it was just going to be a little more low-key and a little easier. And so I got there, and I was like, oh, dang, this is not about to be what I thought it was about to be. I work hard as a teacher. You work hard every day. But, I literally left my home, went to another country, to a school that had been taken over by a new organization, and everything was in disarray. There wasn't a curriculum, resources were all over the place, and so it's I left everything I knew and I came here, and I thought I was going to have a little bit, more stability, and it was complete chaos.
Wow.
And so it was trying to manage that, and then being away from my family at the same time. It's like you don't really know how much you like depend on Wi-Fi and all the amenities we have here until you leave, and you have to wait for a visa in order to get Wi-Fi to talk to your family. So like I'm missing my family like crazy, and I'm going to coffee shops and bumming their Wi-Fi, trying to log on to a VPN so I can call home and talk to my family. And I'm 8,000 miles away. I'm across the world. Like I'm 8 hours ahead of them, and trying to make sure I can reach them at a decent hour and let them know that I'm okay. And so that part of it was very difficult. So I think often, of course, on Facebook I post, all the wonderful things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
But like it was, a part of it was challenging from when I got there in August until up about December. It was hard. Like it was almost every night. Like I was crying. Like I wanted to come back home. Like, did Lord, I believe you told me to come here. Like, did I make the right decision? It was difficult. And it wasn't until about Christmas where I stopped getting homesick and things actually started to come together.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I know I'm meant to be here. And life there was great. I will say, career-wise, it helped me out tremendously. I worked hard, but it was for my benefit, because I needed to be a better teacher. So I needed to operate in a more excellent way. And I think I know it gave me all of that. Teaching without a curriculum, I'm literally teaching from Washington State standards. So like I'm using like the bare minimum stuff to to teach children. Yeah. And I was able to do it. I had some great coworkers. We mapped out a curriculum, and we had the standards, and we did what we needed to do to service the kids and teach them, and to do our jobs. But it helped me so much professionally, and it helped me so much as a person. Like I thought I was going there for one reason, but God took me there for a completely different reason. Those 2 years really grew me and changed me as a person. And like I talked about the growing and the change and the refining, like that was Dubai. That was my 2 years of doing that. Taking me from this gym in the rough to bringing me to the person that I am now. Being away from your family, not seeing them, appreciating so much, and I felt appreciating them so much, and where I had come from so much, and being in this new place and being given this new opportunity. And God being like, you're here, so what are you going to do with it? And so I was able to because it was just me. Of course, I made friends who are like family, but for the most part, I don't know anybody yet, so it's just me. Yeah. So you spend a lot of time with yourself. Right. So getting to know myself and getting to know what I like and what I don't like and what I enjoy, and experiencing different cultures, and just seeing different people and being able to, see how even though we're not as different from people on the other side of the world as we may think, being able to just truly spend time with myself and spend time with God and get to know myself better and just change. Like I changed completely from the inside out. And it's one thing I think when people notice that you change and they tell you and you're like, okay, that's great. But when you know that you've changed, I think that's something on a completely different level. And so when I came back, I knew that I had changed. And I knew why God had sent me there to change me, to soften my heart, to change my heart, my attitude towards people, towards things. It's kind of like, I'm going to take all these things away from you. All you have is me. And I'm going to grow you, and I'm going to, help you along the way. And so that was the major thing that happened. Like I just went and I changed. And I got to experience a completely different culture at the same time. Dubai is great. The people are phenomenal. I think when people think of the Middle East, they think of war and they think of violence, but it's not that. It's very westernized. We as Americans, I was treated very nicely. I didn't have any issues. That's like the safest place in the world. Like I honestly sometimes feel safer there than I do here. I could leave my apartment door. I didn't, but I could leave my apartment door unlocked, and be okay. Everything that you have here, basically you have there. I was close to different parts of the world. I got to travel, see different things, experience different cultures, see different people. So it was great. I recommend if anybody ever comes across any of those flight deals to go to Dubai, hop on a plane and go. You won't be disappointed. It's a great place.
Was there a language barrier as far as teaching?
No, it wasn't. I taught at a private international school, a private American international school. So I just taught pre-K there, just like I do here. So it was children from all, different countries. And so the good thing about teaching little kids is that even if English is in their first language, they pick it up so fast. That's why they recommend if, you want to learn, you want your child to learn a different language, to do it so early on, because children, their brains are sponges, so they pick up stuff, they absorb it so quickly, and so that's why it's so easy. You'll see, like, I have a student now, he is Spanish, and so he wasn't speaking any English, and now all he does is talk in English. They absorb language quickly, so the language barrier wasn't really an issue. Most people there speak English. So
Wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people, I guess a lot of other places also know how to speak English and other languages,
Yeah, so most places are accommodating. The only place that I found that really wasn't accommodating to speaking English was France and Paris.
Okay, cool. So you've been around a little bit there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Where's your most favorite place you've been?
My most favorite place actually isn't even on the other side of the world. It's Costa Rica.
I mean, it's cool. I get it, because
it's Costa Rica. That was still to this day has been my favorite vacation.
What made it your top one?
It was a girls trip, and we just had fun. It was just a really good time. The people were really nice. We met some really cool people there. It was just a good time. Yeah.
That's what's up. So you've been around the world a little bit. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So we tapped in on the buy a little bit, found out a little bit about that. As far as your positivity, do you have like quotes or anything that you look at throughout the day that kind of inspires you? I know you're inspiring other people, but what inspires you?
Yeah, there are different bloggers that inspire me. And there's the Power of Positivity is a blog. It's on it's on a social media platform.
Okay.
They have different inspirational quotes that I go to throughout the day, and I just peek and see what they have. I like to pull a lot from there. There are different bloggers who are very inspirational that I follow, who I like. Breakfast with Tiffany is one. Starving Christians blog is another. There's one, her name is, I don't want to mispronounce her name, but her blog is called Brown Girls Launch, and I really love what she's doing, giving women like us just a platform in their businesses to kind of share what they're doing, their entrepreneurship, and just kind of using her platform to put other people out there, and not just only empower herself but to empower others.
Okay, cool. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I think it's a big part a big part of doing anything positive is to have your own positive avenues that you got that you can personally, when nobody's looking, you can dip into and just be like, all right, cool. Like I use an app for when I do like the quote of the day that comes on earlier in the morning. I use an app that has quotes, so I use those quotes essentially. So I don't think I make up the quotes because I don't, but I extend on them, and that's big inspiration to me, for me. So.
Yeah, and I keep quotes everywhere. I keep them all over my house.
Yeah.
Different pictures and stuff like that. But I just love inspirational quotes, so I gravitate towards them. So if it's something that I like, whether it be Hobby Lobby has like a lot of different pictures with like scriptures and stuff. Yeah. So whether it be that, and it'd be my favorite scriptures that I'll put up, or whether it just be really dope positive quotes that I like, I try to keep them all over my house. So like even if I get to a space where I'm down, I look at it. Like in my bed, I have a quote right above my dresser, so I can look at that every morning and every night to give me positivity to keep me going.
That's dope, man. That's dope. All right, guys. So look, this is what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna go ahead and open up the phone lines, man. You can call in now. You can call in 5 seconds or later on if you want to. The phone number again is 301-241-8275. I'm gonna leave it down in the comments, man. That's 301-241-8275. All right, guys. So the phone number is down there, man. Go ahead and call in, and if you got any questions, you can go ahead and ask her, or you can just call in to support. Call in to say hi, and I see what you're doing, and I support you, and I support your movement, and I might want more information, anything, just call in to say hi. It doesn't matter for real. But we're gonna go ahead and open up the lines to you guys and let you guys do that. But let's touch a little bit on, more about, I know we tapped into it a little bit in the beginning, but we got some new viewers. And so I just want to tap in a little bit more about, who you are and where you came from, what background you got, what part of MD you from, because most of the people in here they represent MD, so some people gonna stand up on that. So
okay, so I'm from Calvert County, Maryland.
Double C stand up.
Yes, that's how Wes and I know each other. We went to, was it middle school?
middle school, I think. What high school did you go to?
Northern for a year, then Huntingtown.
Yeah, and I went to Northern for a year too. I think that year in Northern we went to Northern together.
Yeah, so,
and then I went to Calvert.
So yeah, I know West from school. I'm from Calvert County, Maryland. What else did you want me to? What else would you?
I mean, just anything, whatever you want to let people know. If you don't want them to know, you ain't got to say it. It is what it is. Just getting a little history on you. Where you came from,
I forgot. I forgot what you had said. So, cool. History on me. Well, I'm from Calvert County, Maryland, born and raised. I've lived there my entire life. I still live there now, except for that little stint when I worked abroad. I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for 8 years, early childhood. I've done preschool. I've done pre-K. That's been my niche, my passion for the last 8 years. I intend to transition out of the classroom this year. So this will be my last year as a teacher. I plan to transition out, hopefully, to do instructional coaching or something still within the field of education. But not just as a classroom teacher. I have siblings. I have 2 brothers. I have a sister. Let's see, what else?
You got 2 brothers and a sister.
2 brothers and a sister. Yes, I have 2 brothers and a sister.
Wow, how's that dynamic? You got 4 of them.
Yeah, 4.
All together.
It's a good dynamic. We're close. We're very close. My sister and I have gotten very, very close over the years. My brother and I have always been close. He's been my best friend, my homie, since I was a little kid. So I get a lot of, he is one of the people who pushes me to keep going, and just seeing how he just works so hard, and has worked so hard to attain everything that he has is an inspiration to me. So it's kind of like, how you have that person in your family you never want to disappoint. He's that person.
Is it your older brother?
He's not. I'm the baby, so
cool,
he's my older brother. So
that's dope.
He's truly been an inspiration to me. Yeah.
That's awesome. How about you and your mother's relationship?
Me and my mother have a pretty good relationship. It's been rocky over the years.
But you know what? That's part of your testimony, though. That's why I ask questions like that, because I feel like that's part of your testimony.
Over the years, it has. I can honestly say it's been rocky, but I feel like we have finally gotten to a good space.
That's what's up.
I've had to, because initially for years, my prayer was always, she honestly was one of the reasons why I left. I don't know if many people know this, but she was one of the reasons why I actually left to go teach abroad. I needed a break, because I was like, somebody ain't gonna make it. Either it's gonna be me or her, so I gotta go. But that time apart from her actually made me miss her and appreciate her more. And me praying for her, and my prayer was forever, God, change her heart, make her different. And I had to be away from her to realize God, I need you to soften my heart and change my heart towards her and change the way I view her, because she may never change who she is, but now she's my mother. I have to honor her, I have to respect her, and I have to accept her for who she is. So show me how to love her. And so that in itself has helped me out tremendously. So our relationship has gotten to has much better space than has been in years. So I'm happy about that. Yeah,
that's dope, man. That's dope, and that's a huge testimony, especially for a younger woman, and like I said, like they were saying earlier, millennial woman, millennial Christian woman. I mean, a lot of people have that burden. I watched my sister and my mother have that burden, and eventually, obviously, it was fixed. But man, I mean, that's tough, man.
Yeah.
If it's not fixed, then that's going to be on your heart. You got to understand for the rest of your life.
And then as an adult, one thing that I've noticed, just talking to people have so many, so much family dysfunction, and that you really don't know about, and they have so many deep rooted family issues, mommy issues, daddy issues, that we just kind of let sit and fester instead of talking about it and letting it come to the surface and dealing with it. And I think it's really important to deal with those type of issues, because it's whether we know it or not, they manifest themselves into other parts of our lives. And so being able to recognize that there's an issue, coming to terms with it, and then working on how am I going to solve it and deal with it, because especially if you don't want it to be that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just I didn't want my relationship with my mother to be that way, so I knew I had to do some work in order to fix it, and so
that's big, man. And the I think the best part about that is the light at the end of the tunnel, because now you're able to talk about it in public, essentially. But if somebody hears this who's going through the same thing, now they feel like they have somebody they can relate to, and you never know, that person you might be the piece of their puzzle that they're missing, just to be able to give that, whisper something in that person's ear. So that's pretty dope. I think that's pretty dope. We're gonna go ahead and go to another break. That cool with you?
That's cool with me.
That cool with y'all family on Facebook? All right. Nah, I'm playing. All right, cool. We're going to go ahead and go to break, family. Y'all can stay tuned in on Facebook, but, man, we're going to go ahead and turn it up. All right.
You didn't lie about it. It's already 7:48.
Oh, yeah. Is it going a little bit faster than you thought it was?
Yeah, definitely.
Hi, Facebook. So what we got? We got 10 minutes left, so I guess we're going to come back and try to wrap up a little bit.
Okay.
Did you have anything else that you wanted to tap into while we're here?
I think I touched upon everything that I wanted to talk about.
Cool. Dope.
Yeah, I did.
Alright.
This has been so dope. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for hitting me out for sure. Appreciate you showing up on time and all that.
Oh, of course. You know, listen here. The one thing, as a teacher, that's like the one thing you have to be on time.
Right.
Children outside waiting for you.
Yeah, man. That makes life a lot easier in here.
And I like to be, you know, as an adult, like, you know, when you're busy and you have a lot of stuff to do, you like to be cognizant and respectful of people's time. So I like to be respectful of my time. So.
Yeah, for sure. I feel you. Would you
you got a family, like, listen here.
Would you entertain like speaking events or anything like that?
I would. I need to work. I've been trying to talk. This is one of the another one of the reasons why I came here, because when I get excited or nervous, I tend to talk fast.
Yeah.
And so I was trying my best to be slow. My coworker, she texted me. She's like, "You doing good, but slow down." And so so me trying to like talk more like in public so I can get more comfortable with it. Yeah. So I'm definitely open. That's definitely something I'm open to.
That'd be real dope. Yeah, well, I mean, this is a good place to definitely start to go to, and then also you want to do the podcast, so that's
another one of the reasons why I wanted to do that, to get comfortable speaking. Because I'm so used to doing behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. It's like I need to come out a little bit more.
Right.
And get comfortable doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you know what?
I was thinking about doing a YouTube channel, but I don't know if I'm there just yet. Because I'm like, me talking in front of a camera, like, you know, it just feels awkward. So, I'm like, yeah, I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
I'll start with the podcast for now. We'll see how that trickles over.
For me, it was funny because like before I was doing like radio, you know, I could do like music all day, but then like talking, like interview wise and everything like that, it was okay, but it wasn't nothing that I was like thriving off of. But after doing this, it made me realize a lot, and a big part of what helps me out is, you know, you say you're gonna be comfortable, but actually finding that comfort zone and like, I'm okay with messing up. Like, as you see when I do this, a lot of the stuff I say is not going to be grammatically correct, but I have to build the entire brand around that. You know what I mean? The fact that I'm keeping it real with everybody, I always post about, you know, I'm keeping it real with your family and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, I really am.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're still imperfect people.
Yeah,
and I can tell, like, that you're just really comfortable. Like, I get that. Like, I can see it.
Good. Yeah, because the best thing I can give people is what I got, and that's not nothing fake. You know?
This is true, so.
That's all. That's good, man. This is going really good. Still got some people hanging around, y'all. Y'all go ahead and even when the live is over, go ahead and share it with your friends, with your family, man. People who you think needed to hear this message that we had today, and people who you think want to know about the brand. What's your brand called?
A Gym Forever.
got my notes is all messed up. A Gym Forever though, but I love the way she breaks down the name, man, and it's so much that I think that a lot of people can get from A Gym Forever and what you have personally to inspire, the things that you can get from that. There's a lot of people that I think can benefit from that, and I want you guys to really take it seriously. I'm going to leave the link in the comments again for you guys, because I know there's a lot of new people on, but yeah, definitely check it out and feed into it, man, because there's a lot of people. If you don't need it, I'm sure you know somebody who does need it for sure. So let's support this, man. Let's support this. We all we got.
True.
For sure. My I'm gonna go ahead and leave the link for y'all right now on Facebook. Huh?
My little cousin said, I'm so proud of you.
You know anybody that does music?
Music.
Like, songs as an artist or anything like that?
I'm trying to think. No. Yeah, I do. Well, not yet. I got excited. I was like, I do, not yet. My best friend Janelle sings.
Okay.
And she's trying to get into music. She hasn't gotten there just yet. But she's the only person that actually does. She's getting there.
Okay, cool.
And another girl that I go to church with just released a song on Apple Music. Her name's Deronda. Her song actually is pretty dope.
Cool. Yeah, I like to get like some of the local talent on here. So that's really
I can definitely, Deronda, her song's been out for a while. I definitely can send her her way if she wants to come on. She's a really awesome person too.
Dope.
Yeah, she's a really, really dope person.
All right, family. You good? You can put them back on.
Okay.
We back in here, man. It's your guy, Wes Alexander, man. You tuned into Elev8 Radio. We're just about to wrap it up. I'm in here with AJ. Gotta go with the new cool nickname. Nah, y'all know what it is, man. But we're in here, man. We've been vibing for a minute, man. For those of you that are coming in late, go ahead and when we end the live, I don't know if you can do it while you're in the live, but when I end it, I know that they can go back to the beginning. But go ahead and catch everything that happened, man. I think you guys are going to get a lot of inspiration from this, a lot of knowledge on what it is that she's doing with the Gym Forever and what it is that she's done. I think that's impressive, too, to be able to to incorporate all that and everything that you're doing together with it right now. And I mean, you're talking about a podcast, the blog. The blog in itself is a lot, man. Like, I looked into that years ago and I was like, man, I'm not about to sit there and write that much, man. I can talk to you like this all day, but that's a lot for me, so I commend you on that for sure.
I love writing, so.
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. But see, that's what we were just talking about on the break. Like, you know what I mean, what it is that works for you, you know what I mean? Like we were saying, being able to stay true to you as far as your brand goes. And this is something that she's true to. She just said to y'all, like, she loves writing. So she's going to present to you guys a blog. You can't get no realer than that for you. You know what I mean? That's something that you're true to. And then you're going to top it off with the cherry on top with the podcast and what was the other thing you said?
The prayer journal, the 21-day devotional. Yeah, so it's like I love writing. I always have. I've been writing since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I still have these publications. I can't think of the name of the magazine, but it was actually like a little Calvert County publication, and they used to pay you $10 to submit like these little short stories and poems.
Get out of here, really?
And so I would do it in elementary school, and like in a couple, I think I might have about 4 or 5 poems published in like this little book. I did it as a kid, and I still have them. I can't think of the name of it, but it had like a little lighthouse, I think, on the front of it.
They used to pay you to do that?
They would send you a little $10 check, yeah.
Get out of here. How many could you do a month? Because I was hustling when I was young.
It came out like once a month.
I would have said like 20 of them.
If they published your work, they would send you a $10 check, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
I've been writing since I was a kid, so like the blog is like, it's kind of like writing is something that I'm comfortable with, and then stepping out and doing the podcast is something that I'm a little bit more, that's not more so my niche, speaking in public. And so it's like me gravitating toward the uncomfortable so that I can get uncomfortable and mesh it with my brand, because I don't want to just be behind the scenes. I want to bring myself out somewhere.
Right. Yeah, I think that's healthy for everybody to do in general. Make it, I say make it a point to do something that makes you uncomfortable. Even if every day, I mean, it could be something small. It doesn't have to be public speaking every day. It's just something to make you uncomfortable, just so that you can build your comfort level.
Yeah, and it makes you grow. Because when you're comfortable, you don't grow.
Right.
Being uncomfortable forces you to grow, and it first forces you to do work. When you're comfortable, you don't want to do any work. But in order to grow, you have to do some work. Yeah. So being uncomfortable definitely makes you grow because it challenges you and pushes 100%. You beyond, you know, what you think you can do.
Yeah. And it minimizes your fear, because if you're comfortable with doing something that you thought like you were scared of your entire life, say if you grew up and you were always scared to talk in public and you conquered that, imagine what else you could do. You know what I mean? If it's nothing for you to step out here and start a business now. It's nothing. It's cake. So that's dope, man. I commend you on everything that you're doing, man. I think it's awesome. I think it's beautiful. It's going to be extremely inspiring to a lot of people, especially millennial woman. I think I see that, and I think that's going to touch a lot of people's hearts. Young girls, man, I can see it now. Like they just having that inspiration right at a tap of the thumb. That's huge, man. Because we live in a technology world.
Definitely so. And
you're tapping into that big time, man. So that's dope, man. I commend you a lot.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. Thank you so much. And I appreciate everybody for taking time out of their evening to listen to me and what I have to say, and to listen and learn more about my brand, The Gym Forever. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Y'all are so dope. Yeah. Thank you, Wes, for having me. And I look forward to possibly coming back and sharing some more things in the future.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Maybe we could do a podcast collab or something like that.
That'll work. Super dope, that'll work.
We're throwing things out there, Facebook. Don't hold us accountable to it. All right, man. I think we had good enough time, man. You want to go ahead and wrap this thing up or what?
Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it on up.
All right, Facebook family. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Radio family, if you guys are still listening over there, we appreciate you guys listening also. You're tuned in to Elev8 Radio, the Vibe Sessions with AJ. The new nickname now. You can give me your full name because it was Adriana.
Andrea. Wes was messing up my name. Andrea Jones. But yes, you could call me AJ, Drea, Muffy, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. All right, family. We appreciate it. Much love. Cool.
That was dope. You were right. That hour went by very quickly.
Oh yeah, it goes so fast. It's ridiculous.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad it's live so I can go back and watch it, so I know what to improve upon for the future.
For sure. Yeah, that'd be a good idea too. Yeah. All right, Facebook, we're going to go ahead and log out. We out of the radio, man. We're going to go ahead and log out, man. But you guys keep on sharing this live, man. Share it with your peoples, with your family and all that. You know it's going to be on the Elev8 Radio website and all the shares and all that stuff. So you guys should be able to find it on social media. So share it with your peoples, man. Like, comment, all of that stuff, man. We still here. Just because the live ain't there no more, we still here for sure. All right, family, but we're going to go ahead and hit the end button, like, now.